What if a young revolutionary could take one of the world's poorest nations and rebuild it from the ground up? That's exactly what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso. With an $8 billion blueprint, he's not just dreaming big, he's tearing down the old system and crafting a bold new reality. Smart cities, green energy, gold-backed infrastructure, and military independence. It's a master plan designed to shock the world. This isn't fiction, this is Burkina Faso, reborn. Stick around because what you're about to see will redefine African power. The man with the mandate, a soldier-turned-statesman. Burkina Faso didn't just need a leader, it needed a visionary with fire in his belly. Enter Ibrahim Traoré, the 36-year-old military captain who seized power not for personal glory, but to drag a battered nation into a new era. While others watched the country spiral into chaos, crippled by poverty, plagued by insecurity, and overlooked by the West, Traoré picked up the broken pieces and dared to dream big, real big. With an $8 billion blueprint in hand, he announced his intention to rebuild Burkina Faso from the ground up. Not patch it, not fix it, rebuild it. And this wasn't some pie-in-the-sky political gimmick. This was a boots-on-the-ground, sweat and blood strategy drawn from real-world pain and purpose. Under his leadership, Made in Burkina is no longer a slogan, it's a mission. He's cutting out foreign strings, empowering local engineers, architects, and workers to design the new Burkina Faso with African hands. This isn't just about economics, it's about identity, sovereignty, dignity. While international pundits wring their hands, Traoré's boots are on red Sahelian soil, launching factories, green cities, and digital campuses. The West may not like it, but his people love it. And for a man who once carried a rifle in the bush, he's now carrying the hopes of 22 million citizens. One man, one vision, $8 billion. This isn't aid, it's a revolution, and it's only getting started. Gold, guns, and a new deal, resource nationalism done right. Burkina Faso bleeds gold, literally, but for decades, that gold flowed into foreign vaults while locals got scraps. Enter Traoré. With boldness that rattled boardrooms in Paris and Toronto, he tore up legacy mining contracts and rewrote the rules. No more sweetheart deals, no more environmental abuse. From now on, Burkinabe gold must serve Burkinabe futures.
This gold well is only 10 meters deep, barely any wider than a manhole.
Le filon, c'est le caillou lui-même.
Voilà, c'est le caillou comme ça.
Et c'est dans ça que l'or s'introduit. Quand on voit le caillou, il faut continuer. Il faut continuer de creuser.
The gold is found in the quartz, a very hard rock. In Burkina Faso, the workers have to gather 10 to 15 bags of this white ore in order to obtain 1 gram of gold dust. The concentration is very low.
On a toujours l'espoir. L'espoir de gain.
Traoré's government raised royalty rates, demanded local employment guarantees, and insisted on community reinvestment. The message? If you want to mine here, you build here too. Clinics, roads, schools. This is what true sovereignty looks like. Critics cried foul, warning of investor flight. But something unexpected happened. African miners, Chinese firms, even Gulf-based investors started knocking. They liked the clarity, they respected the fairness. More importantly, Traoré proved that a strong hand doesn't scare capital, it disciplines it. And it wasn't just about gold. He's mobilizing Burkina Faso's massive untapped lithium and manganese reserves to fuel the global green transition on Burkina's terms. These resources won't leave as raw ore anymore. They'll be processed in-country, adding value, jobs, and revenue. The result? A new economic engine built from Burkina's own earth. This is the Traoré doctrine. Africa should never beg for growth. It should command it. And with every mining reform, he's showing how a so-called poor country can leverage its riches with pride, not dependency. The West may call it nationalism. In Burkina Faso, they call it justice. Green cities and Sahel tech. building futures with bricks and code. In a land scarred by dust and drought, Ibrahim Traoré is redefining the future with green innovation. His smart villages in the Sahel are powered by solar microgrids and constructed using compressed earth blocks, crafted from Burkina Faso's own soil. These homes aren't just affordable, they're designed to withstand extreme heat and promote sustainability. Local engineers lead the charge, creating climate-resilient structures that reflect deep, homegrown knowledge, outshining expensive foreign consultants. This isn't about flashy skyscrapers, it's about practical, eco-conscious living that honors the land while uplifting its people. Traoré's blueprint is a bold model for green development in harsh terrain.
It's been a tumultuous year for West Africa's regional bloc, ECOWAS. A number of coups have set off several crises, leading to suspensions and sanctions. Those actions resulted in 3 member states.
But Traoré isn't stopping at bricks. He's pushing broadband across rural areas, building data centers powered by renewables, and investing in coding academies where barefoot kids can one day build apps and AI for Burkina Faso. Not Silicon Valley. It's not charity, it's strategy. His administration is working with African startups and Asian tech partners to jump over outdated models. Why build 20th century infrastructure when you can leapfrog into the 21st? Solar farms, drone logistics, blockchain land registries, these aren't buzzwords here. They're policy, they're budget lines, they're real. The aim is simple: reduce urban migration by making villages livable, smart, and productive. Traoré's plan fuses ancient wisdom with future tech. Traditional griots teach storytelling in digital literacy programs. Elders advise on sustainable farming platforms coded by youth. It's Afro-innovation at its finest. While others see deserts, Traoré sees a launch pad. And in a region the world calls fragile, he's engineering a comeback so green, so gritty, and so groundbreaking, it's putting Burkina Faso on the innovation map. Finally, tractors, tanks, and trade, a self-sufficient Burkina takes shape. If you want to end dependency, you build your own. That's Traoré's logic, and he's putting it into action. One factory, one machine, one blueprint at a time. Under his industrialization initiative, Burkina Faso is producing its own tractors powered by biofuel derived from jatropha plants. These aren't just machines, they're tools of liberation. Designed for smallholder farmers, the tractors come with climate-smart tech, sensors that adjust plow depth to prevent erosion and maximize yield. But here's the twist. Every tractor sale includes tree planting programs, making agriculture a reforestation tool. Farming becomes defense against desertification. But it's not just about crops. Traoré knows sovereignty isn't secure without defense autonomy. That's why Burkina is also assembling armored vehicles domestically. The military isn't just a fighting force anymore. It's an industrial partner. Local engineers and soldiers work side by side, turning blueprints into bulletproof results. And when it comes to trade, Traoré is done begging for market access. He's building regional trade routes with Mali and Niger, launching cross-border logistics hubs where Burkinabe goods move on Burkinabe trucks along Burkinabe roads. His administration has also slashed red tape, launched a national produce and buy local campaign, and created incentives for diaspora investors to bring their money and skills back home. The goal: keep value within borders, make import substitution sexy again. Under Traoré, economic liberation isn't a dream, it's a work in progress. And every nut, bolt, and bag of cement is a brick in the wall of a truly self-made nation. Health, housing, and human dignity. A nation that cares. Forget ivory towers. Traoré's revolution starts in the clinics and classrooms. For decades, Burkina Faso's healthcare system was starved, its housing inadequate, and its people left fending for themselves. No more. With a significant slice of the $8 billion budget, Traoré has launched the most aggressive social infrastructure program in the country's history. New maternal health centers are popping up across rural zones, equipped with solar-powered fridges for vaccines, mobile prenatal units, and trained midwives who speak local dialects. Healthcare is becoming localized, digitized, and dignified. And housing? His administration is building thousands of earthquake-resistant, flood-proof homes designed with traditional ventilation systems that reduce the need for air conditioning. The aesthetics blend modern needs with local identity. No copy-paste models from Europe. Every neighborhood comes with community centers, schools, clean water access, and even emergency fire response units. its safety and dignity woven together, and the people feel it. Urban slums are transforming into planned zones. Nomadic communities are being integrated with respect for their mobility and culture. The focus isn't just on survival, it's on well-being. And Traoré isn't doing it alone. He's enlisted local NGOs, diaspora doctors, and regional universities to keep the model homegrown. In the West, this might seem like basic governance. In Burkina Faso, it's a transformation of values. Ibrahim Traoré is redefining leadership, not as command, but as care, not as control, but compassion. And when a nation begins to heal physically, it stands taller in every other way. Media, militias, and the war for the narrative. While bulldozers build cities, Traoré is fighting another battle, one fought with headlines, hashtags, and hostile coverage. Western media calls him a military dictator, but on the ground in Ouagadougou, he's seen as a people's general. Why the disconnect? Because Traoré dares to challenge the global order. He's kicked out French troops, shut down foreign-controlled radio stations, and created a national media center that trains young journalists to tell Burkina Faso's story through Burkinabe eyes. In a world where narrative shapes legitimacy, this is war, and Traoré knows it. But he's not suppressing dissent, he's amplifying authenticity. Community radio now thrives, broadcasting in native languages about local issues. TikTok influencers are documenting the new Burkina, sharing before and after shots of schools, solar panels, and clean water wells. Meanwhile, Traoré is integrating the infamous VDP militias into structured, community-led security councils. It's a risk, sure, but it's also a strategy. These aren't warlords, they're farmers defending their land. And now, under Traoré, they're accountable to state and village alike. Peace building, not paramilitary chaos. Still, the world watches with suspicion. But Burkinabe citizens are watching their country change, for the better. Traoré knows he's walking a tightrope. But when the stakes are national survival, balance is the name of the game. This isn't PR. This is power reimagined. Traoré's vision is not about silencing critics. It's about centering the people. In the end, the story of Burkina Faso will be told by Burkinabe voices, and that perhaps is his most radical reform of all. From scorched Sahel lands to tech-driven smart cities, Ibrahim Traoré's vision is rewriting Burkina Faso's destiny. He's defying the odds, shaking off neocolonial chains, and using $8 billion not for extravagance, but for sovereignty. This is more than a development plan. It's a declaration of independence. The world may doubt, but Burkinabe are building, block by block, dream by dream. So, if you thought Burkina Faso was just another forgotten country, think again. Like, share, and subscribe. Because this revolution is real, and it's only just getting started.